It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Hey, what is a good strategy? This is Luke, by the way, Brian. What's a good strategy for investing to put 20% down in a house? More specifically, when should that be turned into cash? If it's within 3 years, question mark.
Yeah.
So if I'm saving for a down payment, or if I have money, I'm going to buy a house, at what point should I turn that into liquid cash?
Yeah, look, guys, why do we ask people, one of the first questions we ask anybody about investments, doesn't even have to be stocks, so we're going to be talking about the bond marketplace, is can you walk away from this money for 5 years?
Yep.
If you can't walk away from this money legitimately 5 to 7 years, I give you 5 years to give you some latitude, you probably just need to be doing cash equivalent type investments. That's the high yield money markets, CDs, anything like that. So you at least make something. And the reason we say that is just because I would hate, because I've had this question on engagement rings.
Yep.
I've had this question on down payments for houses.
Weddings in a few years.
And weddings, every time I get a visual, that my brain is just blowing up with ideas of this poor bride not getting married because, her boyfriend couldn't afford the engagement ring.
Because the investment went
dad
south.
couldn't afford the wedding because the investment advice they got, and then the market hit a 2008 cycle, 3 years before their wedding. So look, it stinks, especially when you have a stock market year like this where it looks like it's just easy pickings to go make 16 to 20% just by throwing it in the S&P 500. You're like, man, I could turn my house down payment. I could make my 20% just by doing this for 2 or 3 years. That looks great, but the problem is I just don't want you to get caught. It's the whole Warren Buffett saying you can tell who's skinny dipping when the tide goes out.
That's right.
You don't want to get caught being the skinny dipper when the tide goes out of a bad market cycle.
I think that's perfect.